So here we have it, the beautiful Piko German BR 78. The BR 78 was also known as the T18, and many people love the BR 78. It was just an all-around German passenger locomotive. It was actually the last developed Prussian steam engine for the KPEV railroad. And originally it was designed to run on the island of Rügen in the early 1900s to replace the old T10s and T12s. Piko did a fantastic job on this locomotive. The detail is incredible. It's mostly metal. It has functional smokestack, with smoke. It has the new Piko 4.1 digital decoder with enhanced recording. The sound on this model, you will see, is just incredible. They did a fantastic job on it. And let's tear into it and take a closer look. A total of 534 engines were built from 1912 to 1927, mainly by the Stettiner Maschinenbau AG Vulcan, and from 1923 also by Henschel, of which 458 alone went to the Prussian State Railways, and subsequently the Deutsche Reichsbahn. The Royal Württemberg State Railways received 20 T18s in 1919. The Imperial Railways in Alsace-Lorraine, 27. Also in 1919, the Saar Railway, or Saarbahn, received 27. The Reichsbahn took over 460 vehicles from Prussia and 20 from the Royal Württemberg State Railways, incorporating them into the Deutsche Reichsbahn Class 78, which operated numbers 78001 to 282 and 78351 to 528. The Deutsche Bundesbahn, after World War II, took over 424 engines, and the Deutsche Reichsbahn in East Germany 53 examples. In 1968, only 35 engines remained with the DR in East Germany. In 1965, the DR fitted the majority of its engines with Giesel chimneys and Witt smoke deflectors. From 1968, the Deutsche Bundesbahn versions were reclassified into Class 078. In 1970, the DR regrouped its locomotives into Class 78.1. The Polish Federal Railways took over some locomotives, classified them as OKO-1. Here we go. The first new steam engine that Piko has produced in many, many, many years. This locomotive is so amazing and so detailed and so incredible that Piko actually invented another category called Expert Plus. It's in an Expert box, but then they thought this thing does so much more than all of our Expert locomotives that we have to give it even a higher classification. And here she is, the beautiful BR 78. Piko will make several versions of this in both 2-rail DC and 3-rail AC. This is the first one that they brought out. This is the, I believe, the Era 4. Let me take a look here. This is actually the Era 3 Deutsche Bundesbahn version. But in the following months and probably next year sometime, there'll be the Era 1 version, which is the Prussian KPE version. And then there's the Deutsche Reichsbahn version. That would be the Era 2 version. They're going to make the DDR version with the Witt smoke deflectors. So they're going to make a lot of versions of this locomotive. Okay, great packaging, as always. The first thing you'll notice when you unpack this model is it is extremely heavy. And I mean, really, for a tank locomotive, I don't know if I've picked up a heavier one in the last few years. This is really heavy. These water tanks on the side They are all metal. And I believe, actually the whole boiler is metal. So this locomotive is mostly metal. The cab is plastic. That's always the case with every locomotive, because they can make different roofs and then swap them out for the different versions and the different eras. They protect the smokestack because there's probably a little fluid in there, because like I said, it has a built-in Scheute smokestack. And they put this little red cap on there to probably prevent the fluid from going all over the locomotive. But here we are. Look at the detail on this beautiful BR78. It's just wonderful. Like I mentioned before, it has the Piko, the latest generation. I believe it's 4.1 digital decoder. It has full cab interior. It has a tremendous sound library. It takes a lot of know-how to build a steam engine. And I think that's why, for many years, Piko concentrated on diesel locomotives. They didn't leave off any details, It's got all the water pumps. It's got beautiful metal wheels with very fine filigree drive rods. I mean, it's very impressive, this model. On this side, you can see all the three-dimensional boiler detail. Just fantastic, Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They have the glass visors on the cab. You can see them here. Very nice undercarriage detail. You can see some of the brake lines. The sanding pipes between the wheels. Really nice locomotive. Let's get this locomotive over to the layout and fire it up. I can't wait to show you guys the sound system. It's pretty remarkable. Okay, let's start up this beautiful BR78. This locomotive has 28 functions. It's crazy. So let's start her up. F2 is a short whistle blast. Very clear. Function F3 turns on the smoke unit. I don't think there's a lot of smoke in there, and I don't want to put too much in there because I don't want the locomotive to get very greasy. F4 is a bell. F5 and 6 basically are different illumination functions. You know, F7 is switching gears. I think you could, you know, put it in shunting mode so it goes really slow. There's cab illumination. F8 turns on cab illumination. It also has a flickering firebox light. F11 is a long blast, whistle blast. That's awesome. F12 is the cab door. F13 is the cab window. You have F14 is your steam release. F15 is an air pump. F16 is shoveling coal. And then F17 through F28 are various functions. You know, you have sanding, you have, you know, volume regulator, water pumps. F25 is injector. You have clickety-clack sound, curve sequel sound. Curve squeal sound. And it does a bunch. Problem is my digital system only has 20 functions, so this decoder has 28. So I would need a better digital system to go through all the functions, but you get the point. It's pretty impressive. Well, this concludes our presentation on the beautiful Piko BR78. These models are now in stock, so if you're interested, please give us a call or just order online. We are very happy to continue with On Track with Rey, and we plan on doing a lot more programs and showing you guys a lot more cool products in the future. It's a lot of fun for us, and we really thank you guys for supporting us and watching. Thank you very much, and have a nice weekend.